Watch out, gamers. It's your boy Dane. Today we're back again reacting to some death battle. Tanjiro versus Jonathan Joestar. Two of my favorite animes. Demon Slayer and JoJo. I'm currently on part 6 of JoJo. It's peak. I love it. Everyone should watch JoJo. It's absolute peak. And yeah, you will thank me in the future after you watch peak. You know. But yeah, let's get it. Me personally, I think Tanjiro. I don't know. I think Tanjiro wins. I think Tanjiro wins. I think Tanjiro
Tanjiro
wins.
Kamado, the sun-breathing demon slayer swordsman. Jonathan Joestar,
I'm
the
not
very
sure.
first
I'm not sure.
JoJo who ever Jojed. These two anime monster hunters are as deadly with a blade as they are infinitely good-natured. But don't cross them, else they might leave you breathless. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
And that's my now. Also, I haven't finished watching all of Demon Slayer. I'm on season 5, but I just started. I'm like on episode 3 of season 5 in Demon Slayer. So I'm not fully all of this just by breathing differently, bruh. Ain't no way.
Literal boneheaded stubbornness made him a prodigy demon slayer in no time. He proved to be a tactical genius in combat, able to discern an opponent's weaknesses and exploit them in the heat of the moment. It was almost as if demon slaying was in his very blood. Because it was! Hundreds of years ago, the creator of the very first breathing style taught this knowledge to Tanjiro's ancestors, who passed it down to Tanjiro himself. This was the dance of the fire.
The sun breathing.
Sun breathing. With sun breathing,
So
Tanjiro's
fire.
sword bursts into godlike flames that slow a demon's healing factor and can turn
So
into
cool.
a wicked fire dragon.
It
Sun
is
breathing
so
increases
cool.
Tanjiro's speed and power, but at a cost. It will quickly tire him out, and overuse could severely debilitate him. Which can also turn on this really distracting birthmark on his forehead. Through intense stress and exertion, Tanjiro can activate this Demon Slayer mark, which boosts his already crazy strength and speed even further.
He gets like a goddamn Zenkai boost. Like he just pops a fucking Sensor beam and blam. He just goes Kaioken. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. A ridiculous power boost. But is it cheap? Is it power of friendship anime boost? Yes, but it's very cool. So it's fine. I forgive them.
And gives him access to the see-through world. Basically, it slows down time for Tanjiro and gives him x-ray vision. This allows him such a precise understanding of his opponent's muscle movements that he can predict their future actions.
Bro,
Sort of like
wait. I didn't get that far in anime, so he can just go Ultra Instinct? Excuse me, what? Since when? I remember that from the manga. What?
spider sense. He can even do the same with just his sense of smell. No Demon Slayer mark needed. Not only can his nose detect a row even edgier than his blade, but he's basically the group mom, with an innocent little cherub sweetness matched only by his raw badassery. Tanjiro is tough enough to survive being stabbed in the stomach, fast enough to dodge lightning, and strong enough to slice through and derail a literal demon train. That demon turned himself into a train, Wiz! Funniest shit I've ever seen. And this demon, Doma, was able to freeze the air into this giant ice statue in only a few seconds. That takes a lot of energy. And Tanjiro's managed to keep up with similarly powerful demons like Hantengu, Akaza, and eventually the strongest of them all, Muzan himself. With the help of his friends, of course. It would take all their efforts and countless sacrifices.
Oh my gosh, my goat Rengoku. The Flame Hashira. Oh my gosh.
But Tanjiro and the Demon
Dang.
Slayers would continue to fight to realize their dream of a world that is safe for humanity. And whatever Inosuke is. Victorian England! An infamously shit-tastic time to be alive. Whether you were a lowly street rat or a wealthy noble. Okay, well, that last one probably wasn't so bad. That is, unless your dad, in all his infinite wisdom, decided to adopt the single greatest asshole in human history and make him your brother. That'd make you one unlucky schmuck.
See ya.
That would make...
Okay. We may call this Glaze. You guys will probably call this Glaze, but I love JoJo so much. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. It's really good. I love uh, JoJo. Everyone should watch JoJo. If you haven't watched JoJo, watch JoJo. You will thank me later. Go watch JoJo. It's peak. Also, all of the intros slap. Like all of the JoJo openings. Oh my gosh, absolutely just cinema.
Thank you, Jonathan
Go watch
Joestar.
JoJo.
Hadn't you
It's
heard,
peak.
Wiz? Everybody just calls him JoJo. In an effort to take the Joestar fortune for himself, Jonathan's new brother Dio dedicated his life to breaking Jonathan emotionally, turning him into a docile puppet. But after being bullied, beaten, and thoroughly traumatized, something awakened deep in Jonathan's heart. The raging fire of a gentleman. I don't think beating the living piss out of Dio was gentle, but it sure was satisfying. Too bad it didn't last forever, because only a few years later, Dio got his revenge when he turned into a vampire and killed Papa Joestar. Classic Dio. With Dio now bent on world domination, Jonathan would need more than his righteous fist to save the day. Yeah, he needed a creepy floating Italian man that punches frogs with the power of the sun. It wasn't just any creepy floating Italian man. It was Will Antonio Zeppeli, a practitioner of Haman, an ancient martial art designed specifically to do battle against vampires like Dio. Through their breath, Haman users can blast a hot electric ripple out of their bodies.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, using Haman. It's kind of like Demon Slayers when they use total concentration breathing. I see the parallels. I get it now.
Flooded into their opponents. Huh. That's what Haman means in English. The ripple. Man, if I had a nickel for every anime protagonist who killed monsters with the power of breathing, well, that'd be 2 nickels. But let's agree, it's weird that it happened twice. Haman energy massively increases a user's physical abilities and allows them to disintegrate vampires with a single.
Again, he's able to do all of this insane stuff because he's breathing. Only an anime, bro. Able to fucking disintegrate fucking vampires because he breathes differently. Insane.
Punch. In order to fight Dio, Zeppeli taught Jonathan everything he knew. Like the zoom punch, where Jonathan stretches his arm and punches an opponent from far away like he chomped on a gum fruit. He does this by using the ripple to dull the pain of dislocating his shoulder before snapping it back. That might sound crazy,
What?
but there are real-life examples of breathing basically giving people superpowers. Like the Dutch adventurer Wim Hof, who can survive being nearly totally submerged in ice water for almost 2 hours. Through forced exhalation, Hoff drops his oxygen levels in order to supercharge his body's thermoregulation and release euphoric chemicals to numb the pain. Just like the zoom punch. Haman is basically just like the Eastern idea of chi. Voila! Which is circulated through the body by, what else? Breathing. And just like chi, it can do lots of crazy shit, like walking on water, magnetizing plants, or controlling an enemy's muscles. It can even be transferred through solid surfaces like metal. And he can catch his fists on fire and slam you senseless with his patented Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It'll leave any monster smiling and satisfied. Jonathan took these skills as he, Zeppeli, and the definitely not just there for exposition Speedwagon invaded Dio's domain and waged war against an army of bloodthirsty zombies, including Dio's right-hand monsters, Bruford and Tarkus. Tarkus was strong enough to rip entire boulders out of the ground and slice through a cliff with one swing. He can even snap JoJo.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember this episode. Oh my god, this episode was so insane. I love JoJo. Everyone should watch it.
Neck and cut our old pal Zeppeli in half. Rest in peace, creepy floating Italian man. Sorry you had to be born with a mentor. Hope none of your relatives die horrifying deaths too. Before succumbing, Zeppeli's last act was to pass his ripple onto Jonathan, not only allowing him to heal his own broken neck, but also combine their energies together. And making JoJo strong enough to cut through Tarkus's giant arm. Not with his nifty new sword, Pluck, with his bare goddamn hand. With this power boost, Jonathan faced Dio once and for all, and fisted him with his raging hot ripple. Wait, now, Dio was pretty impressive, considering Dio could later fight faster than light stands like Star Platinum. Hell, even other ripple users like Joseph can dodge beams of light too. But more than his strength or speed, or even Haman, Jonathan's greatest strength was always his intelligence and unstoppable determination. It was that burning drive for justice that defeated Dio all those years ago, and the same one that defeated him again. But this victory was bittersweet. He may be built like a brick shithouse, but Jonathan's got the personality of a golden retriever. Even after everything Dio did to him, all the lies and abuse and dad murder, Jonathan still loved him like a brother, and still cried those hot, wet 80s man-made tears. And even after Dio returned on Jonathan's wedding night to murder him and steal his body, Jonathan sacrificed himself so his wife and unborn child could escape. But he did not die in vain. His bloodline would continue throughout the ages, spawning a line of illustrious and bizarre heroes who would crush Dio's plans and save the universe. And they all had one thing in common: his name, JoJo.
Bro, I love JoJo. JoJo is so good. I know I sound like a glazer because I am. JoJo is peak. Also, all of the anime, bro. Every single JoJo intro slaps. It's a banger. The only one I don't like is like Chase, which is like from like part 4, I think. But it was so good. I think my favorite JoJo intro is part 2 for the stream. Beeps, what about you? What's your favorite JoJo intro? Anyways, back to the video. Sorry, I'm distracted.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data
JoJo on the brain.
It's time for a death battle!
It's time for a death battle. Let's go.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Babbel.
For most of us, learning a second 5 classes. Plus, it comes with a 20%
off.
Alright, let's get it. Part 2 or 4. Alright, so that W. Wait. Is this gonna just be is this just going to be a solo dolo fight?
Babbel,
or is Nezuko gonna tag team? We'll find out. Honestly, I think I don't know who wins this. I think Tanjiro.
I've sworn to slay all of Dio's demonic minions. A dull wretch, shackled by the chains of this harpy's insidious mind control. On my honor, as a gentleman, I will free you.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you bump your head?
Total concentration. Water breathing. Most unorthodox. You fight with valor, noble swordsman, but I know the burning passion of my heart will carry me through.
Aw, he's kind of adorable. Like a puppy. I wonder if he has a caretaker nearby.
You're mine. Valiant footwork.
Nice try.
Incredible. You could teach me a thing or two. Scarlet Overdrive!
His breathing is carrying some kind of energy. Like me. And that means I know how to stop him.
He's focusing on my neck. Does he know? Metal Silver Overdrive!
I got you!
Holy moly, dude. Yo. What? 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 I thought he killed him.
She's my sister.
Oh my gosh.
On my honor as a gentleman, I will protect her with my life.
After you killed him. Bro. That's crazy. What the? I didn't expect that. I didn't see that going. Oh,
KO!
cinema.
I'm not crying. I'm only
Cinema.
crying really hard. Holy shit, hold me, bro.
Please don't touch me. On paper, Tanjiro did initially seem to have more advantages in this
Loki, I
bout.
thought I was gonna go to Tanjiro.
Sure, he'd been training for way longer
Oh.
than Jonathan, and with way more experienced teachers. Tanjiro's Demon Slayer journey took place over a couple of years, while Jonathan's Ripple training was less than a month.
Tanjiro was obviously a superior swordsman with a variety of powerful techniques and katana magic, while Jonathan
Katana magic.
really only
Natural swordsman, but he more than made up for it in hand-to-hand combat, while Tanjiro was pretty much out of options without a blade.
Jonathan also had an edge in strength. Comparing Tanjiro to Doma and Jojo to Tarkus, Jonathan was over twice as strong. And while Tanjiro later fought the more powerful Muzan, Jonathan did the same with Dio.
He was way faster too. While Tanjiro and his pals could dodge lightning, we can compare Jonathan to other Ripple users like Joseph, who could dodge light, which is over 3,000 times faster. That
Okay, this is getting annoying. This is the second time they've done this when it's like, oh, they dodge light. That means that they're able to move faster than the speed of light. It's like, what, bro?
Ripple users like Joseph, who can dodge light, which is over 3,000 times
That'd be
compared
insane.
Jonathan. That might seem crazy, but in part 3, Dio was able to keep up with stands like Star Platinum, which can move faster than light. Dio did this on his own, and that was while using Jonathan's body.
Even with multiple ways to predict Jonathan's movements and see the flow of his Ripple with X-ray vision, Tanjiro would not have been fast enough to keep up.
Especially with the Ripple backing him up. Sure, the water and fire Tanjiro generates is impressive, but Jonathan was tough enough to power through it. Tanjiro, though, had no way to defend against the Ripple bypassing his durability and directly messing with his organs.
Such as manipulating his muscles like a puppeteer, or directly shutting off his brain or heart, something other Ripple users have done to ordinary humans with a single zap. And Jonathan had the opportunity to do this literally every time Tanjiro blocked his blade.
Sure, Tanjiro could recover himself with a breath, but that'd be a breath spent healing and not, fighting.
And while Sun Breathing's overuse was dangerous to Tanjiro, Jojo's Hamon had no such drawback.
Which meant that Jojo could keep fighting for as long as he needed to.
Tanjiro was never going to go down easy, but Jonathan's speed, Hamon, and
I'm
righteous
sorry.
gentlemanly fists carried him to victory.
Jonathan took Tanjiro's breath away.
The
GG.
winner is Jonathan Joestar.
GG. Jojo better. Jojo better. Peak anime. Holy. The Death Battle crew really loves JoJo, just like me, for real, for real. It's crazy. Wow, W Death Battle. That was fire. Thanks, mates, for the recommendation. Appreciate you, gamer. But, yeah, seems feel like that's all, folks. See you, Goofy Vutber. Till later. Bye-bye.